What up? How are you? I'm good. Thanks for asking. I didn't give you enough time. I'm just getting started being Dora the Explorer here on Roll to One, but I'm actually Jaden Arnold today. Really bad joke. Hope you enjoy the rest of the episode as we get right into it for tonight's episode of... I forgot. Got it. Orbit 21. Scott interacted with the remnants of the murder bot, obtaining information about the Red Plains Tech Hub. They collected their rewards, the party, from a loot crate opened with a key found in Tobin Kell's puddle as they spent their V-Bucks. Next, they went to Solara Medical Center and were granted access to the core. Cain was placed in the room's center and linked to the main power, resulting in a power outage. He's strapped in via tubes and injection in his forearms, and lightning is coming out of him. Now, it's not a super lethal moment for all of us. Nobody's freaking out, but you see that Nina is like, we have to figure this out. And so she's panicking. And I have this huge puzzle, but as we learned last week, I'm bad at puzzles.
No, it's not that you're bad at puzzles. It's just that the difficulty is a little bit hard for a live recording.
So I wrote this big puzzle. This is what I'm doing, Ross. I've decided.
Okay.
So I wrote this big thing. There's I'll tell you narratively what happens, and then I'll explain why I'm an idiot. So as you kind of recalibrated this kind of these diodes, these you're figuring it out. You're an electrical genius as you negotiate with technology itself, and it seems to argue with you. But you win the debate, and ultimately you see this containment field kind of spring up around Cain. This force field that continues around him. And you see the lightning kind of strike out at it. And then all of a sudden you see this kind of panel open up, and there's 4 dials. Each one goes from 0 to 10. And I give you this huge thing that you solved off camera. Congratulations. But basically you took the prime conductor, aligned it. You took the ionic accumulator, tuned it. Volcaic square, you regulated it. And then all of a sudden the surge suppressor, you calibrated it. And ultimately you see as the containment field kind of gets inside, you see the audience was like, thank God you did that. Yes, me too. You see the power source.
Though.
What?
It sounded real good when you said it, though.
Oh, yeah. You see the power source is integrated. All of a sudden, you see as he is now being sort of pressurized in a way. He's his power output is now increased because of this containment field. It's now being directly pushed into the center of the ceiling.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, the lights kick on.
This looks better.
He's still stuck in a containment field. And I have invented a new problem during the break, rather than having you do this thing. He's now stuck in the containment field.
Is this better?
And you can hear him. Yes.
Yeah. You okay in there, Cain?
Well, I mean, never been okay. Sure.
And let me phrase that. Are you any worse than you were a minute ago?
No, I don't feel any worse. No, wait. No, it's fine.
Okay. All right, good. I'll ask you this question, Cain. Would you like to spend any spell slots to change the scenario? Depending on how much power you add to the scenario via your spell slots, that will increase or decrease the amount of power going outward into the force field and then therefore up into the ceiling. Would you like to spend some of that energy that resides within you?
I don't think I understand that at the moment.
Would you like to?
Like with the situation.
So you're sort of emitting some sort of a power because there's these tubes in your arms. You're not exactly sure what is either being injected or placed into you.
Future.
Yes, the future. But I will say you have a strange attunement with what is happening to you. And I will allow you to make a DC 17 Arcana check.
Let's be a 12.
Is that a fail by 5 or more?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I have no idea what's going on.
So why what is restricting you? You should know this, but what is restricting you from fully comprehending what is occurring to you right now? There's these that you guys see as he's not in pain. He's not like struggling. He's just thinking, his face hard in focus.
I suppose the stress of the situation. I mean, I shot him with lightning.
Right?
Which is sort of fun.
So as the stress kind of gets to you...
He's doing a whole puzzle thing. She seems frantic, so, but, I mean, we probably should be scared or
Told you I
something.
didn't trust her.
Can I go to check to see if the power went on in the rest of the facility?
Yes.
I check.
There is power on in the hallway. Do you want to continue further?
Yes.
Okay, where are you going?
I'm gonna check every single one of those rooms.
Okay.
Just glance, not
So
go in, but glance.
You're gonna get 2.
What do I do now?
Okay, actually I'll give you 6 first, because that's the first door you get.
It would be.
6 was lightning room, right?
Yep.
Nothing changed in that room. It's continuing
So,
as normal.
Lightning Boy is still
Lightning
in the
Boy
room.
is still lightninging.
In the room.
Yep.
Okay.
Grease lightning,
Because that would be what I'd be looking for.
Right. 5. 5 was the flicker. You see, right?
Yeah, the
5 was
chronological.
The chronological flicker man. He's sitting in the chair, and you see there's a corpse next to him.
Wow. Does he make eye contact with me?
He does make eye contact with you.
Is anyone else in the room?
And then he makes eye contact with you. And then he makes eye contact with you.
Man, if I wasn't a robot, I'd be freaked out.
And you're having deja vu over and over until you look away.
Is anyone else in the room? Just the corpse?
Just the corpse. Clipboard corpse. It's a
'Cause
doctor who is deceased.
There were like doctors in all the other rooms, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
There's at least one doctor in every room.
So one corpse. Okay.
Except maybe
And there's no
maybe
doctors
Lightning
in the
Boy.
hallways?
I will say that, like,
Is somebody running around?
I'll say you see, you don't see because you're not made aware, and who knows the thing. You just hear conversation in some of the other rooms, but not any, like,
So, but in the hallway.
in the hallway, no. Nobody's, like, in or out anything.
Eerie. All right. So I go with the next one.
So the next one was 4. Okay, let me pull this up.
Yeah, we didn't. We
didn't do one.
156 were
Yeah,
what
that's
we
what we
looked
had.
at.
We didn't have 2.
All right, you
for-
see 4 in that room. You see what looks like someone. Oh, how do I put this? They have no hands, but there is no. It's like when a video game character clips through a wall, and then that wall is present, but their hands are not. So it's like their hands are invisible. It's like their hands are invisible, but you can see into their arm, but you're not seeing flesh. You're seeing like not. There's no.
Like
there's
the
no
back face of a 3D model.
Yeah, there's no texture loading in on their hands.
Weird.
And you just see as they are looking at their hands, where their hands should be, you kind of see them like look hard, and then they like shake. They shake their hands. They look over, and a doctor like grabs their shoulder and tries to pull them. You're not hearing anything, but you see as he tries to pull them, and then they look over and they stick their hand out towards the doctor. And as they stick their hands out towards the doctor is just not there.
Oh.
As they almost loaded in the reality that the doctor did not. And just
So he like Gmod glitched out of existence.
there's not even a visual. It's just like it's blink and you missed it. Like you probably, if you were in the room and you could hear it, it would sound like.
Terrifying.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good impression. Sound, whatever.
He's good at those.
I picked up on that.
Room 4. You have now seen.
I just and keep going.
To room 3.
Yes.
All right.
You're just gonna go through all the
room
rooms, aren't
3.
you?
Yeah.
Room 3. You just see a black hole.
Just. It's literally just a black hole.
There's nothing else in the room.
Oh, it's like Vanta black darkness.
No, you don't know what it used to be.
Oh, a hole in the room.
Yeah, black hole.
That's now black.
No, black hole.
Buckle.
Oh, like
Event Horizon black hole.
and somehow the room is not collapsing into
The
it.
room is not collapsing in on itself.
Is it in a field or anything?
Do you want to open the door?
No.
Bad idea.
I can't save you this time.
But
All you have is the view of a room with a black hole in the middle.
You don't know what it used to be.
All right.
The anomalies.
Keep going.
Room 2. Have we seen room 2?
no.
We saw room 1.
Oh, room 1. You know what room 1.
1, 4, and 5.
Room 1 is the healer boy.
I'd still like to see.
Sure, we will see. But room 2. So as you go over to room 2, let me see room 2. Okay. Room 2, you just see somebody standing. You hear nothing. You just hear. But basically, there's like a beam of energy coming out of this person's chest.
Oh,
and then you see 3 bodies against the side wall, shriveled and small. They look like they've been dead and sucked of everything that makes them moist. And they are just... And you see coming out of their hearts, belief. As this- belief. As their being is being siphoned into this individual, and just this beam of golden light is going everywhere in the room. It crosses over you. You see it almost reflects off of the window in this metallic room. And then you just see they're screaming in agony. And as they kind of reflect, it reflects around, and their head gets removed, and they drop.
wicked.
What have you been doing to? Yeah. Advertisers hate this guy. One trick. You know. All right, so
And then room 1,
and then room. What's Healing Boy doing?
looking, banging on the door.
Let me in.
I'm let
Screaming.
me out.
Can
help me.
Can I be like? Is there anyone else in there?
Now make a perception check.
Okay.
This is where it's a little more than
15 straight.
Oh, I should have given you a DC. I like that though. That's moderate. You know, you're like looking around somebody. I'll
Yeah.
say you catch the tail end of it then. You catch the tail end of you know, like if you were to load something in a sci-fi and how like you'd see like particles like kind of load up something.
Yeah.
Right now imagine that in the opposite, but it's 3 doctors.
Like,
They're
okay.
fading.
They're fading away from the top down, and you see mostly legs and feet of the rest of the doctors as just at the end of your check.
Kind of like
They
you're getting
disappear.
hit like a plasma beam and like Halo. Or
Yeah, and it's just
Okay.
like and they're gone, basically.
But
You
it's
see
not-
like
it's-
a flame on the edge of a paper being burned by its embers.
All right. I'm going to step to the side, like be clear of the doorway,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to open it.
Okay,
Press
so
the
you
button to
like
open
see
it.
there's like a card swipe only. That's all it is.
Can I like clench it and then like stick my finger into whatever the circuit board is underneath the card swiper?
You're gonna.
Hack
Alright,
it,
you
hack
know
it,
what? You know
hijack
what?
it.
Go ahead and make a thieves tools check.
Thieves tools check. All right.
This isn't
try this
data. This is just like you're just busting it.
Thieves tools. What do I add to that?
Probably
Your
dexterity.
dexterity bonus
And
and your
proficiency.
proficiency bonus.
Because you're proficient.
So, and then proficiency 22.
Okay. You take your hand and you have like this like flat space, and you sort of pull out a little like thing that you have on your side. It's like got all these tools in it, and you're just like instinctively you're just using this. You open it up. Your logic unit is processing that you know how to use this.
Quickly.
And then all of a sudden you pull out a little card and you just swipe, and then you look at the marks that were left on it, and then you file something strange into the side. And then you mark it again, and you look at the difference, and you file it again, and you mark it again, and then you do one more time. The door opens as you like hacked into a card swipe.
I just picked this stripe swipe.
You picked a credit card. Like you just picked it.
That's dope.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden the door opens up, and then he kind of falls on the ground forward in front of you.
I'd like to close the door immediately.
The door just, and then you just like take your little thing and you swipe it, and then it closes the door, and then you just hear as he's like,
Did you sign the waiver?
"Fuck the waiver."
Do you mind telling me what they were doing to you in there?
Yeah. I. How long has it been? Hours? And you see he's like kind of starting to like going down, like losing consciousness.
Since what?
Okay. Never mind. Who are you?
I'm a visitor to this facility.
Great. Who's in charge?
I'm assuming the woman in the room down the hallway there, and I motion down the hallway.
Great. And he just moves past you towards the hallway door.
If you intend her any harm, I would advise against it, as we still need her.
He continues to move. Now, you two are you trying to persuade him, or is it just more so just like general talk?
It's more of like a warning.
Okay.
Like, we're going to stop you if you try to do something.
I like that. I don't think he perceives it as such. Now, I will say you guys were all in the room. You, of course, can do something. You two as well, if you have any options or ideas.
I'm hot on his heels, by the way.
I'm just going to check all the different instruments and go over to, I assume there's a control board that is presumably controlling the everything. I'm just going to kind of check it out, see what I can perceive, see if there's anything I can do.
Did you do it?
I'm checking, Cain. Just be patient. You still doing okay?
Yeah, I guess. What is this? Am I in a thing now?
Oh, you're stuck in a shield with some sort of ray shield thing, and I'm gonna see if I can get you out of here.
I'm not okay.
What?
I don't know. My instinct is to just turn off the power again. But I don't know if it'll hurt or
Wouldn't
not.
that kill him?
Wait. Let me try something. I'd like to try casting Hard Light Needle
Hard light needle?
outside of the shield.
It's at a point you can see. Yeah. Outside the needle, hard light.
I mean,
Is it-
range is 60 feet.
Yeah. So, yeah. Just
Does it work?
basically, you imagine there's like.
Like just to the point of the wall, I'm just trying to like chip the paint.
Let's look at this cinematically. You see, the camera zooms from you two having this conversation. Actually, here's what it does.
Yeah, because I'm doing this pretty quiet.
We're in the hallway. This is a oneer shot.
Okay.
You see in the hallway, it's Scott looking down, yelling with his finger up. It's all in slow-mo. As you see Scott like moving in the direction of the hallway. You see the back of his head. It passes by him. Then you see all of a sudden as there's the man kind of like running towards the doorway. As it goes through the porthole into the last room, you see as you two are having a conversation, you see Nina like looking over at Cain in slow motion. As you see it zooms past the force field into Cain's eye, you see a moment of like there's like a portal in his eye, and as you see, he snaps his finger just in front of the camera before it gets right into his eye. As it zooms past his eye, it zooms out from the wall. As you see it opens up, you can see the room, but you see this little point on the wall. This little lightning comes out as if he teleported his own power past the force field.
Okay.
Cool.
Wait a minute. You can open portals. Why don't you just portal yourself out?
You didn't ask. Besides, hasn't been brought up yet.
Because I just remembered you could do that when we did that first fight.
I had
You
to pull
went to the
myself-
inner gap within the inner gap.
Just to be clear, it did pass through the force field.
Yeah, as far as you're aware.
Okay,
Well,
got
I
it.
don't know if you saw it.
Well,
I think you saw it. I mean, you casted
Yeah,
a spell.
I mean, I would have seen you snap your fingers and be like, "Oh, okay." Let's see. Cain, can you detach the diodes or whatever from your arms?
I'm gonna look at her and be like, should I do that? Is that
I'm not sure.
Is
We're
that
past
okay?
we're past the point. I've never seen.
I wouldn't trust her.
Tell me when I'm in the room.
I will. I think
What more can
all
go
that you're
wrong?
doing is happening in the midst of this.
Right.
Right.
So
So,
I'm just-
that's what I mean. Like, as
Yeah,
soon
yeah.
as I get in there,
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
me.
because you looked at all the rooms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Right. Obviously, for the oneer shot, it'll happen really in tandem. But like
Right.
ultimately,
Yeah.
I have to make do with the time.
right.
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
I guess I could. What's the harm? I'll try pulling one out. I saw how they went in.
It pulls out, and as you see, the little like end of this needle kind of like lightning a little bit.
Anything with the room or anything?
No, everything's fine.
yeah, everything's
Roll
fine.
off me.
All right.
I got the other one.
You pull the other one. You see, in a way, you should have holes and you should be bleeding everywhere, but instead they just
Fills back in.
immediately heal over.
I'll be fine.
Okay. Well, he's detached,
That's,
but nothing's changing.
everything seems normal so
Um,
far.
Miss Solara, any ideas now? Is there a...
Now I'd like to find out if I am the center of this containment sphere by trying to move.
So you begin to move, and you step up to the edge of this containment.
Okay, so I'm not. It's not centered on me.
No.
Okay.
Then I want to try and move it. Like a
Move
gerbil,
it how?
like a gerbil ball.
Just push against it.
So you push it, and it's like it gives a little bit. It gives with a little bit of like, like kind of bubble to it. And as you push it, you're gonna take damage.
Am I?
Would you like to, as you begin to get close to it, it kind of has this like electrical. It was protecting against you, so I would assume yes.
Oh. So I don't want to
You,
push
you
on
can
it
take
too much.
you can take no damage as you kind of approach it and recognize that.
No. I was mostly hoping if I could just move it around and like get my own force field forever.
No,
I don't think so.
Well, that's was Kane's idea. He was
no.
like,
Then all of a sudden, busting into the
This is not
room
bad.
is this guy who's breathing really heavily, and he is, just so that we can now get a firm description of him, because it was all a very fast moment. He's totally bald. You see this, like he's got no hair anywhere. His eyes are like bright blue, and you see as he kind of like hunches in the room. He's probably like 5'9". He's like a white dude, bent all over, kind of almost feral in the way that he busts in the room. And then he kind of like looks around a little bit.
I'm gonna ready action for a headshot in the back of his head if he approaches her in a unfriendly manner.
Okay, yeah, Scott, you are
manner.
the door's open. You can enter when you want.
All right.
So we're in this scenario. I don't think it calls for initiative because he goes, "Who's in charge?" And then she says, "That would be me." It's okay. A lot of it doesn't make sense right now. I understand. And he goes,
Kane's going to raise his hand.
"Who are you?"
I'm in charge.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, buddy.
And then Nina goes, "He's in charge." All right, so you see him looking at you, and he just
Come on, I
goes,
need a rolling deception for that.
no, you're the center of the room in a force field,
That's right.
and you're wearing regular clothes. And I would say he, without a moment of hesitation, just appears in the sphere with you, and is now next to you, and is going to throw a right hook.
I thought he's just a healing boy.
This is
still
meant
has
to, this is
arms.
meant to illustrate something. So does a 14 hit?
No,
So why does he miss?
because I'm covered in radiation.
So I would say he like literally starts to punch towards you, and he just punches against like this
Like magnetically
you see his
pushes off.
fist almost fade away as his skin like rips back, and he punches just radiation and then heals over immediately. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna look to. It's Nina, right? Nina, It's like, where's the controls for the force field?
This is an emergency protocol. You essentially triggered it when you turned on these diodes.
Great. And then I'm just gonna run over to the board, take out my data pad, and start to hack in, see if I can.
This is a manual thing. You can
Ma-
actually
manual.
you'll have to fidget with it. So make a
Oh,
technology.
okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
gonna
got
make
it.
an
The DC in this
announcement.
what?
I'm going to make an announcement to both of them.
Yeah.
I would recommend against turning off any sort of power or fail safes that may be in place. There's a lot of things in that hallway that we don't want getting out.
I will do my best just to shut down the shield because we got to get to Cain.
All right, you ready? This is a 10, 15, 20 scenario.
Okay.
Where I'm basically going to say that there is an easy thing. You could just turn off the force field. That's easy.
Okay.
That's going to happen no matter what you roll,
Okay.
right? As long as you beat 10.
Okay.
But if you roll below a 15, there's going to be a penalty. If
Okay.
you roll below a 20, there's going to be a penalty. So, if you roll above a 20, there's no penalties and everything happens as you wanted it to.
Okay.
But if there is a below that, we'll start talking about what happens.
And this is gonna be technology.
This is going to be
Correct.
technology.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give you advantage because this is your area of expertise.
Okay.
Is this where we could use an Inspire token?
I'm giving him mine.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
because we didn't
bam!
use those last time.
Boom.
Ta-da!
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why
So,
I gave it to you because
yeah.
it's mine, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Anyway.
That way you can't use it again.
There
this,
you go.
This time.
How does the Inspire token work, Jaden?
Oh yes, I think inspiration is a great rule, but I also hate the way that it works in the game. So I've decided that it's basically where once during a session I can give my inspiration to somebody who I think needs it in that moment, and everybody else can too.
We're
You
trying
can't
it
use
out.
inspiration on yourself because that's kind of lame, but it kind of encourages what you like to see, and it tells all your friends what you liked. Nailed it.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Let's keep going.
With advantage.
Yes.
I rolled a 16.
16. All right. So you understand as you're beginning to turn these diodes, you see a fluctuation of power. You see the force field turn off, and you understand that, and you're like, okay, all right, I need to make sure that it stays off. So you begin to turn another dial. Maybe that was your mistake. But as you begin to turn another dial, you hear a somewhere in the facility. And that's it.
I'm thinking, oh, darn it.
What did you do?
I don't know.
What have you done?
Okay, so we're not in blows because he can't really hit you
Not
in
yet.
this current moment. We're kind of in blows. What do you do, any of you, in this kind of heat?
I turn it on.
Turn on the heat?
I turn on the heat.
All right, so are you going to actually trigger a...
There's now 10 feet of bright light
There it
radiating from me, 10 feet of dim light beyond that, and within 5 feet of me, take 1d6 radiant damage.
All right, go ahead and roll that radiant damage.
3.
So you just get hotter. And now
That's right.
So I
can see me
hate
just
the rules
glowing
for
hot.
one-on-one fighting, so I just never do it. There are rules that Cobalt Press has published, and if you want to use them, great, but I don't have them memorized, and I'm just not trying to deal with it. So basically, I will look at you, and I'm just like, not worth it. And he just pops out of the sphere of, or not pops out of the room, basically. He appears at the back of the room, and he just starts to run. Did anybody want to stop him?
Yeah.
You said you were preparing to do shooting should he attack her, but that didn't happen. So,
No, I don't care outside of that.
okay,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
He didn't
wanna
attack
stop him
her,
before
and
he
he
gets out the door.
blinked.
Doing what?
So-
How?
Tackle.
So you begin to run after him. Go ahead and make an athletics check to tackle him. The DC is going to be... do you want to use your jump boots and kind of just towards him? This is just a yes or no.
Yes, do that.
Why not?
All right, so yeah, the DC is going to be 12.
Okay. You said athletics bonus?
Yes.
That is a 17.
So yeah, you beat that by 5 or more. How do you I'm going to give you the
Tackle him
choice.
really
You
well.
can either subdue him to the ground, leaving you against him in this moment, and I'm going to do something, or you can redirect where he's going, be it one of the other rooms.
Oh,
Like
which way was going?
into a wall.
Was he going down the one
He's
hallway?
going down the one hallway. You're gonna get him, or you could either slam against. Here's my idea. You can either slam him against the wall, and we can lead to what might happen, or you can slam him against the floor, and we can lead to what might happen.
Yeah.
4.
With the arm against his,
4.
All right, so you see in this moment he kind of runs, and we don't have the jetpack on, so we just jump pack, and we just you begin to like use your back, lean your head forward like the Rocketeer, and then go out into the hallway, and you just grab, and then as your jump pack turns off, you like skid his face onto the ground, and you just see this like blood slide up,
He'll be
and
fine.
as you like hold him down, you pull his head up, and you see the rest of it start to form again. As he looks at you, healing
what'd you
from
do that for?
all of the blows. Now
Why'd you make me do this?
he looks at you and he's like, "Get off! Get off!"
No.
I'm subdued. I'm in. I'm stuck. I can't go anywhere, and I can't use my arms,
the
so I'm
eloquence,
just
the
kind of screwed
eloquence of
here.
Ewan.
So yeah, you've essentially stopped the combat. Do you want to like tie him up in any way?
Yeah, I want to tie him up and take him back in the room that we were just in.
Do you have
Okay,
like a cuff thing?
Yeah, do you have anything to tie him up with? If you bring him into the room, I do have something you can tie him up with.
Just
Yeah,
say
I'm
yes.
going to bring him to the room, hand behind his back, and have Joe Forth.
Here's what
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Joe
do.
Thor
Here's what
tie
I'm
him
gonna
up.
do. I think. So man, I'm just changing all kinds of rules. Is this even D&D anymore? Yes, it is.
We're having fun.
It's
So
here's what I'm
this
gonna do.
tabletop
Space.
Oh yeah, for sure. So everybody has a
space.
D6. Everybody has a D6. Okay, you currently have 6. 6, right? Ross, you have 6. Joe Thor has 6.
Yeah, okay.
You have 2.
Okay.
You have 4, and you have 1.
Dang it.
Now, what that means is you have, I'm going to call them, I'm not exactly sure yet, but basically that is the number of random doodads you can just pull out. Now, if you go
okay.
and you find, I guess adventuring gear we'll call it, but
Okay.
you have one use of adventuring gear, you do, Cain, and should you be like, man, if only we had a shovel. You have a shovel. It's just now in the moment you've told the audience and myself that you have a shovel.
Yeah.
Right? So like, Joe Thor, because he collected a bunch of crap,
does.
has 6 uses of adventuring gear. Should he be
Yes,
like,
yes.
man, I pull out this, as long as it's mundane and you could reasonably have it, I won't disagree. So if you want to, in this moment, Ewan, spend one of your, it's not a thing on your sheet, I'm just giving it to you.
Oh.
You could just,
Yeah.
in this moment, be like, I just pull out a rope, and you just have it. Right. I'm not going to like disagree.
Futuristic
with
zip ties.
that. Yeah. I think it's reasonable to assume that as an adventuring party, you would have what you need when you need it.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think
that's fair.
I think I want one of the like grapple shots that like you have on your arm, like in Halo Infinite, where it's got like the stun on it.
Can we be unoriginal and copy each other's?
Well, if it's little things,
That's what I was gonna do, man.
Well, I will say the answer to that is no, because it is an item in this game. That is not mundane to me.
Okay.
That's something that's too cool. You pull out a zip tie. I won't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zip tie,
just
handcuffs.
say zip tie.
That's just
Handcuffs.
Okay. You
Yeah.
pull out some
Something
sort
I can
of a
use again.
futuristic cuff.
Something I can use again.
Yeah.
Cuffs.
So yeah, handcuffs.
Yeah, you just like pop them over. They're like the interlocking ones that bend,
Yeah.
and you just pop it over the back of this guy. You pull him up, and
you
he
hope he only had 2 spell slots.
what?
And you hope he only had 2 spell slots
Yeah.
for jumping.
Yeah, he's right there. But anyway, you pull him back into the room. Here we are.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, thank you.
He was not appreciative of the waiver.
I see that. And he's like,
Why have you sought to torture this man?
I'm still standing in my bubble.
No, you're outside your bubble.
yeah, there's
I
no
turned,
bubble.
I turned off the bubble.
He turned off the bubble.
I feel much
you
less
said-
I'm pressing
powerful.
this lady.
Okay, you're pressing Nina. Go ahead and make a persuasion or intimidation check. This is going to be a DC 14.
I don't feel nearly as important about my bubble.
DC 14.
Your patience,
Here, I
zero.
do that with what's this? Give me that. Give me the big boy.
He's got a big dice. He's
Where's
going to
my
pull
big
it out.
dice?
I don't know where.
Where'd you put it, Jackson?
It's right there.
I was gonna say, give it back.
Yeah.
What did Jackson? Where'd it go?
I gave it back to you.
If it was a
All right.
snake, it would have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna make this
Yeah,
intimidation.
Persuasion or intimidation? All right,
As,
intimidation.
as
it
far
is.
as robots go, I'm angry,
You're just intimidating.
but not that intimidating. It's another 1. 8.
So yes, you do not succeed in
too crazy.
in it almost seems as if you're coming across in a way that some might call robotic.
Actually nice.
And it doesn't lead her to either A, fear what you're doing. There's not enough belief behind the voice. You're still
Sure.
getting a grasp on your logic unit.
Yeah.
And you're used to giving things deadpan, which is what comes out.
Yeah.
And so she's like, this is just it's a useless threat.
It's like, you might want to tell us what you're planning, eh?
So now you obviously
Can I try again with
you
like
failed
my
by
gu-
5 or more. So now I want to know
My gun
what does she do that makes the situation worse?
She's laughing.
Well, no, we've already concluded that she's not bad intentions towards you.
She pretends
To be intimidated?
She just like disregards that I tried to engage her and gets out her data pad.
Okay.
Starts doing something.
All right, so that's fun. Ross, roll a d20.
16.
Thank you. So she begins to fiddle with this data pad and is just looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. Okay.
Madam Nina, what is going on? What are you looking at?
I'm looking for, there it is. Yeah, so, I wasn't exactly truthful before.
Shocker.
We have yet to retrieve anyone from extended time in the inner gap without them going moderately to severely insane. Cain is the first of his kind, patient 0, the first survivor that hasn't been a little Looney Tunes, if you know what I'm saying.
That's not loony. He's
Cain
not-
seems to suffer from a severe anxiety. He's blue.
That's... God dang it. Yeah. She just goes, he's a... Okay. Like, it's his race. He's actually like, supposed to be blue.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's actually supposed to be...
radiation.
No, that's his... That's what
Way to be
lands from.
racist, Ewan.
Yeah, he's like... It's like people over multiple generations develop darker or lighter skin based on their surroundings, and he's developed a blue skin tone due to his
that was
extended
radiation.
period on icy planet. Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's amazing. No, I think it's better that you didn't know, and let's keep it that way.
Completely canon. That's completely canon.
Oh man. That's the why is Gamora of that moment. It's so good.
Blue.
Okay. So anyway, obviously Cain is important in this moment, and she makes you all aware of that. And then she says,
So you're saying you don't think I'm completely insane?
"Well, are you?"
No. Well, no. Not anymore. No.
As I was saying. So what are we gonna do with patient 4?
I ask again, what did you do with him and why?
This is patient 4, right?
This is patient 1, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, this is one.
we've tried to. Never mind.
But what do you mean, never
What?
mind?
We've tried to. I feel uncomfortable. He's right there.
Doesn't matter. You tried to kill us all at this point. I think we're owed an explanation.
Patient 1 has refused to not live.
Wait.
so he's
despite-
too stubborn to die, is what you're saying.
Despite extended efforts, we've found no way to end his life.
You're saying he wants to die.
I'm gonna walk over to him,
We've been trying to figure it out.
look him right in the eye, and be like, "Do you want to die?"
I don't know how I got these.
He looks deep into your eyes. And he says, "What are you thinking?" Make a wisdom saving throw.
Nine.
What are you thinking?
Is the pain too much?
You ask him, is the pain too much in your mind? And he says, unending.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
You know,
But at some point, you start to think, guess this is all there is.
you get real quiet. I turn on the music. It's like, bro, I can't hear you.
No, it's,
What did you say?
this is intense. I'm enjoying this.
At some point, you start to think, guess this is all there is. Can you feel the warmth?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gone, isn't it? It's all gone.
And then you feel his weight give into your, you feel his weight kind of give into you, Ewan, as he kind of like gives up almost physically to hold himself on. Do you respond in any way?
No.
At least, okay, you just hold him tight.
Yeah.
All right. And he sort of just like gives up. And he says, to your previous question, yes, I'd like to die now.
Well, you can't.
There's a black hole back in the hallway.
And then Nina goes, really?
Yes.
Completely ignoring that.
And she
talking
goes
with
into the hallway.
You guys go in the hallway.
If you can't die, what are you going to do?
He doesn't respond.
I
That's
have
too
an
big of a
answer
question
for that, but I can't answer it for you.
He can't move. He's stuck. So he's just gonna sit there and say nothing. Not to know but you.
I'll be saying the same things to him. Be like, can't move. Can't die. Guess you have to live.
Give me my hands back. I'm not gonna kill anybody.
I don't know that I believe him.
So Nina's in the
I'm gonna
hallway.
look up
Yeah.
at you.
Nina is in the hallway. She runs over towards the door and looks in and sees this black hole. And she just goes, "Oh no. Okay. Scott, right?
Correct.
Was this like this before?
I did not observe it before.
She's not in here anymore.
Apparently not.
Did anybody see who was in this room before?
What room?
I don't remember.
It's room 3.
Thank you. Room 3. I have them written down, but my notes are about him right now.
Yeah, I have it
Yeah, thank you.
written down.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Patient 4?
No, you said 3. 3 black.
Patient 3?
Black holes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Patient 3?
I didn't see it.
Okay. Yeah, she was how we made new recruits.
Ah.
Recruits?
Yeah, volunteers.
I have a question.
Is it about the waiver?
It is not.
Okay.
Well, it should be.
How is this black hole not consuming the entire solar system at this moment?
Yes.
Legitimate question.
Because it's localized to another location that doesn't suck out oxygen. It's not space. It's something else.
Is it the inner gap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could she have turned into this black hole-like structure?
No, she moved through it.
How do you know?
There it is. She didn't even say anything.
She moved through it. All right. Well,
What is the staff okay? And she like walks that way.
Most of them are not.
Yikes from Scott.
Did they sign the waiver?
So she opens the back hallway door with a little scan, and then walks out there. Okay.
I'm going to look at number 1.
You look in room number 1?
No, at number 1.
Okay, you look
I'm
at
calling him number 1.
patient
now.
1. Yep.
yeah.
He's number 1 now.
Yep.
It's like Star Trek.
What's your name?
It's been a long time.
I know.
I don't know.
I know. Just try to think.
They've been calling me patient 1.
What do you call you?
Patient 1, I guess.
I'll call you number 1.
Woohoo. I'm number 1.
It's better.
He says with a very obvious air of depression.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up at you and like, I think he'll be all right.
I'm gonna uncuff him.
I think I'll be all right.
Okay, you uncuff him, and he like pushes his shoulder past you. He walks over into the hallway, and he just looks into the room with the black hole.
Mm-hmm.
And he just on the other side of the door.
Oh,
He
no.
just teleports to the other side of the door and walks in the black hole.
That was very predictable.
I love Scott. I love this new Scott who's just like, as it should be.
He's going to be all right.
Okay.
Okay, now you rolled a 16 earlier.
Yes.
Okay, is that good or bad?
Say good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say good.
Oh,
Great.
no.
That's awesome. It's
should
that.
have
It's that
bad.
half.
Let's go. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad it's that half.
Okay.
Okay, so now would you say over 50% or less than 50%?
Let's say that'd probably be
Why don't you roll a
Over
D100 to find out
D100. Okie dokie.
and just make,
That is 39.
39. Yikes. Okay, now I need you to roll one more. How many? Roll one more D100, and the answer is how many?
55.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh, man. Okay, so remember when I told you when you
Injured
pulled the
and
lever that
casualties?
you were going to be responsible for what happened?
Yes.
Okay, now you are fully responsible. What was that first number?
The 16 or the 39?
The 39.
39.
39.
39% of the facility is missing when you walk out the door.
Which door?
The outward door.
yeah.
Into the
Door we came in.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
As you see, there is it's just missing.
Like the building's missing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I thought maybe
like
the staff.
like you didn't like load in the building in this moment. Like something might have touched it that like removed it.
Oh, okay.
And then 55 staff members are all that's left, and there were probably way more than that. As you see them all kind of looking around, like some of them are missing arms, but like not like that would be dangerous.
Just all of a sudden, the skin has grown over.
No, like all of a sudden, like there's just no arm. Like it's just like they
Is
didn't
it-
load it in, you know?
Bucky
Is it
Barnes.
like that guy who was disappearing people
Yeah.
in his cell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So now there's just like,
Can I go back to see if he's still in there?
well, there's no door.
That was number 1, wasn't it?
Not anymore?
No, why was there a door?
There was a door.
Really?
Not a
All
door.
of them had doors.
Nope.
Not that one.
Not that one?
No, that one didn't have a door now.
Not anymore.
Did we see him? Did we notice him leave or anything?
Did you?
I mean,
No.
check.
The answer is no. This
Okay.
person is like, this person went outside. So here's the scenario.
Which number?
Zipped everyone.
I don't remember. I forget. What's the door? What door was that
Ross was a good note taker.
No hands was 4.
one? Patient 4. So patient 4.
I didn't really know how to describe him other than no hands.
No,
Yes,
patient 4
it's
is
no
out
hands.
there somewhere, it seems. And I won't say that you start seeing buildings disappear, but you might.
Oh.
Nice job.
What did you
Joe
do?
Thor.
I take not total responsibility for what
No,
happened.
no,
That's
you're
what he
taking
say.
all responsibility.
No responsibility for this.
No,
Are we walking out at this point? 'Cause
but I
Kane's
will
walking
say,
out with a smile on his
go ahead
face.
and who else is out there?
Are we walking out?
Who else is out there?
I'll walk
I mean,
out.
I'm out there. Is the lady with us? What's her name again?
Nina.
Nina Solara. She's out there now. Go ahead and Ewan, go ahead and give me a perception check. As you like
D20.
You
Yeah, I had to
literally
find
just
one.
you like press a button, your rifle kind of exists for a second, and then you just like hold out a gun, look through a scope, and just start looking out.
You said perception?
Yeah.
So wisdom.
16.
Oh, I didn't give you the DC, but yes, you got it. So you're
the
hearing
second
someone
time.
approach in armor. They're making no attempt to hide themselves. You just see this woman out there, with no hands,
Yep.
and you have a shot if you'd like to take it. You just see her walking towards the outward edge of this pathway. This is a decision of indecision.
Are there going to be consequences if I take it?
Of course.
Every I
Consequences
would
if
not
you
be
don't take it,
proposing the
too.
question
That's the name
if
of the
you
game.
I guess
Yeah.
drastic. That's what I should ask.
Just as
Yeah.
I don't know.
They could be
Like
drastically good.
39% of a building is missing.
That's the
because this
uncertainty.
Or
person
drastically
exists.
But
bad.
also, you don't really know the context.
That's true.
No, you don't.
So you just see a person walking with no hands.
The answer is probably yes.
It looks like a patient. I will tell you, they're in the jumpsuit that you recognize to be a patient.
Now,
Okay.
is it good or bad? Don't know.
Moral
It's be
quandary.
drastically different either way.
Come on, Paragon or Renegade trigger.
Can I go up and talk to her?
No, she's
No,
so far away.
You're literally your sights is the only reason you're able to do this right now.
Gotcha.
Do you take the shot?
Give the command.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
All right,
Roll
all right,
to
all right,
hit.
all right. Before you answer, are you
He
going
just
for a
fired.
kill
What do you
shot?
mean? He just fired. Oh yeah, sure. Where are you gonna hit her? I guess the head, right?
Head.
Yeah, you're gonna kill her.
She just
So,
puts her hand out.
It's a
catches
roll to
the
hit
bullet.
scenario. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Just making sure.
You want me to re-roll them?
No, what was it?
Nat 1.
Nat 1. Oh, you got the inspiration.
All right.
All right, so wait, hold on. In this moment, there's like, as you're looking out at her, there's like a flicker. And then you get a second shot.
Time boy.
Oh.
17.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage. You look, you guys
Right,
see next
so,
to, you guys see next
your
to
rifle.
him. You guys see next to him is,
Yeah.
What a-
Rifle.
the
Plus
patient.
9,
Is it
so that
patient
would've
2?
been-
No, patient
No.
five? I don't remember. I
For
wrote them all
damage,
down.
you don't roll
Four
20.
or no,
Five.
five or six.
5.
You don't roll a
Five.
20
Yeah,
for
patient
your,
5
for
is
your-
flicker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
One,
whatever.
5,
So
and 6 is that
what is the
what
dice for
Yeah.
the rifle?
Oh. 2d8. Yeah.
you look and you
Yeah.
see, thank you for resolving that. You
Yes.
look next to him is patient 5, who is enabling him to redo the shot.
Oh, I like that.
Can I have my hand on patient 5's shoulder?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I stand 30 feet away from patient 5?
I would.
You definitely do.
Do I add the attack
Except you didn't
bonus
notice
too?
him lead.
No, that's
Dude, I
just
need
a
to make
hit.
I need to make like a paladin subclass.
13.
It's called patient 5.
The 13 hit
13.
No, 13 damage.
13 damage.
damage. Yeah.
So with an echo of like, and then like there's that like little ring at the end. She drops on the ground, and you just see like her, she like falls on her hands. She doesn't exist anymore.
I thought you were going to say, like, Mars disappears.
Yeah.
The crust of Mars disappears.
right. You dropped a lightsaber vertical, Marty. It's like at some point it has to give somewhere. Like, no.
I'll get you.
Oh, man. Yeah, she disappears, falling on her own hands. Resolving that.
Congratulations. You're now a murderer.
He says
What?
congratulations
You
again.
saved millions.
What do I see
What do you see?
in this time loop?
Oh, in this time loop? So you just see him...
Apparently those three.
Yeah, you just see him fire a shot, and then you see him fire a shot, and see him fire a shot.
And Cain give approval.
And Cain give approval, and Cain give approval. But however, you do see the woman drop, and then disappear.
So do bullets keep coming out of the time loop just in the direction that he was shooting?
No, the one bullet does.
Interesting.
Yeah. I
Okay.
know. There's so many implications.
At which point I assume time loop guy is not gone.
Yeah. At some point, he steps away, and you guys just like are good. But he does kind of like
He
sit
just time
down.
loops himself.
He sits down on the edge of the facility and kind of just like stares out because he's stuck. I mean, this man is not doing great.
Yeah.
Can I walk up to him?
Sure. Sure. You see this totally bald black man who looks up at you. You see bright blue eyes.
You see
What
a
do you-
totally bald black man with bright blue eyes.
What do you intend to do?
Ask again.
You
What
see a
do you
totally
intend
bald
to-
black man with bright blue eyes.
To do.
You ask again.
But I'm in the time, so my perception of time isn't looping.
I
It's only
understand.
to
I
external
understand.
observers.
But I was giving it to everybody else.
You see a totally bald black man with bright blue eyes.
No, he looks up at you and he goes, "Go on existing, I guess."
What did you have before?
You see a totally bald black man with bright blue eyes.
Stop it. No, you asked him what did he have before, and he says, "Youth. When you've lived as long as I have, youth." He's pretty young.
If you need help, here's my card.
Give a card.
And my nanobots form.
All right, he spends one
contact-
of his uses of adventuring gear.
It's a con.
Does
Does
it
it come
like
with a
2
wa-
HP?
with a
contact chit, like chit, CHIT,
Yeah.
that just has like a comm number on it.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I will say you spend a use of adventuring gear for that because that was a random doodad you pulled out of the who know where.
It's a real random dude.
Out of my nano machine, son.
All right, fine.
Did it
lose
come with
10
a
HP.
waiver?
No,
Did it come with a waiver?
lose hell. That's funny. No, I mean like spend your adventuring gear. That's what it's for.
Yes. I have one
stuff.
left.
So yeah, and you hand him the card and he looks down at it.
This guy has cards now.
And he's like, "All right, thanks.
And I leave him be.
And then he takes the card.
Stop it. I am the dungeon master. You are about to be banished." I love
Stop it. I'm the dungeon master.
Oh,
You're about to be.
Stop.
Okay,
Stop.
done.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
a mute.
Permanent disadvantage forever. Sorry, permanent disadvantage forever. Never mind. It's funny to Andy, evidently. All right, so the situation has largely been resolved, but we have learned quite a bit. Do you guys intend to have any further conversation with Nina Solara as she sort of looks around and is like trying to deal with what just occurred? And then
You do see Cain over there, much more happy than before.
much happier. That would be the English language.
He's much more happy.
He's an engineer, not a linguist.
Oh,
a words man.
It's a different noun of
I know,
happy.
I know. I'm being mean. I'm being nice in 2024.
Talking good is my specialness.
Yeah, I guess Joe Floor is just gonna just kind of just stand back and be like, I don't want to draw any more attention to myself than I already have.
Yeah.
That was a catastrophic failure of an adventure.
I thought it went great.
How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Stop. I was like, what the heck? No, don't do that. Don't make weird voices happen. Just kidding. Okay, so Nina walks over to you guys,
I feel better than I did in a long time.
and she says,
Glad we came here.
I'm not exactly sure what just happened. But I suppose that you did solve a potential problem. And walks over to Ewan. This may help you. And she hands you this, like... basically, it is a little ring. A little bracer. And it has, like, a little energy projector on the back of it. Joe Flor recognizes this is almost immediately. It's an energy shield bracer.
Oh!
So it has a sophisticated energy projector on its back. While wearing it, you can use a bonus action on your turn to cause a shield composed of shimmering translucent energy to appear on your wrist. While in this form, it functions like a normal shield, except you can't drop it or be disarmed of it, and the shield lasts until you use a bonus action to collapse it again. So basically, you
have a shield.
You turn into Bo-Katan at the whim of me.
I totally didn't just put that in my notes.
and functionally for your AC. So see that
Yeah.
little spot below your 16.
Yeah.
You could have +2.
Yeah, +2. So put 18 there. So whenever you have
Or +2.
whenever you have the hard light shield activated, you get an 18.
Yep.
I will ask her, though.
And
Is there any way to get that...
no, that's only once activated. So you have the 16 just normally, and when it's activated, it's 18.
Is there any way to get the sphere bubble? Kind of like...
Huh?
Can I get that?
I don't
thing
think
you
so. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's it. Really?
Obviously, we have expertise in some sort of a shields. I figured that he would benefit most from it. Should I not?
I just felt safe
no.
inside the bubble.
I mean, actually, I mean, there are such things.
It was nice inside the bubble.
If you're... I mean, I could sell one to you. I need to make all this back here.
We just saved your life.
Oh, that was loud. That's my
I mean, yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion check, Scott. With advantage. With advantage.
Advantage. We'll see if Big
No,
Boy...
I don't give out advantage. You guys have to. Just a straight roll. Oh, he gave it to you.
Okay. I needed that advantage.
Oh, man.
That was a 2. All right, let's do cheese dice.
She says, I could sell one to you. Scott says, we just saved your life.
All right, looks like 2 was the higher number.
All right, so Scott, you say, we just saved your life. And then you feel the weird need to say something else. What do you say that makes it a 2?
You owe her. And killed far less people than you did.
I just...
Could have.
Never mind. And she just moves on. It's hard to beat the 2.
Yeah.
All right, so you have...
Wait, before she leaves,
Yeah, what's up?
I give her my card.
Is this a thing for you? Spend adventure gear to do so.
That's not it. No, that's my gears. I can. It's basically like printing pieces of paper.
Wait, so are you a receipt printer?
It seems a little more than mundane to just have an endless supply of cards.
Well, I could just pick up a rock off the ground and then just carve something into it with my metal fingers.
I see. You're just call us if you need us, type thing.
Yeah, I'm like, here's our
Literally a
contact
card.
info.
Okay, all right, cool. So Scott writes Ghostbusters real big.
Blocks the number.
No, that's cool. I like that. I like Scott. Scott, you can have like a card on it, and it says, what does it say on it?
Gap Busters. That's probably not good.
It's like it says Scott in with like the letters and numbers, and then it has like a rudimentary picture of me, like smiling. And then it has my
cartoonish?
model number and my chip
Yeah,
number.
it's like a cartoon. Like somebody that's super good. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's very like Borderlands. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
kind of has that like air to it. It's very fun.
the vault boy.
That's cool. So Scott hands her her card. She looks at it like, thank you. You know, as you do when you talk to a millionaire, billionaire even. And she just goes,
Not so much anymore.
okay, well, good luck. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. This is almost felt
And she like turns around and she just is like, oh, okay.
felt warm for a while.
Walks into the rubble.
I think we did good work.
I think we need to get out of here before
Okay.
people start to come out of shock and start blaming us for what we did. So,
We saved the city.
after we almost caused its destruction.
We didn't do that.
He did.
Thank you, Cain, for pointing that out.
But Ewan killed that woman who
he-
would have certainly
woman?
wrought destruction.
What woman?
The one who's dead over there.
I don't see
The
anything.
one-
There's no body.
It's true. No hands.
There is no physical
one
proof.
who-
There's only
Died over
eyewitness
there.
statements.
Died is an interesting. So,
All right. Well, do we need to get going to the gauntlet before the police come
So
and
yeah, you have the options of
just
going
go
to
rest.
So you could go. There are multiple places to go. I think the gauntlet deserves this whole episode. I hate that I have to say that. But
Yeah, no.
I do. So I'm gonna push it off again. You should go.
go
you should go
Solarium.
It's all
to-
good
You
in
should go to
the hood.
MRI or the
Yep.
Somnorium,
What's the MRI?
or you can go to the Vanguard
The Mars-
Armory, and I will stall for a half hour. Just
What's
kidding.
the MRI?
Mars Radiological Institute,
Yeah, there you go.
where it has
Definitely.
the super smart chick that a couple episodes ago, Ewan and I went to.
Cyberpunk girl.
No.
Oh, the
No.
one that I had to sign a waiver or something for.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
waiver.
Yeah.
I gave the fake name, and that's going to come back and bite me. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, it's gonna be fantastic.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Do you
So
do you remember that
MRI,
name?
hotel
Do you remember that name?
dancing.
Yeah, I have it written down.
Nice.
So it's either waiver nerds,
You can go to the Vanguard Armory. I have ideas. I mean, I'm always down to clown.
hotel dancing girl, or gun
I mean,
shop.
you still put a hit on someone. We need to figure out like what happened with that.
No, we don't. We don't know anything about that.
Yeah, we don't. That's, that's metagaming.
That's out of character, but still.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll find out later.
So, let's see. So we have.
I think I'm more of a follower in this situation.
Okay,
You guys pick.
Sure. Reasonable.
Jackson, you choose. Or should we go try and stall time at Vanguard, or should we go to the MRI?
MRI. What's the MRI again?
Mars Radiological Institute.
Let's go to the MRI.
Okay.
Okay.
Nerds with the waiver.
All right. So we have seen this building before. It is large, it is square, and there's text that flies across slowly every so often that tells people to sign the waiver when you leave.
Do I see the text?
What's your passive perception? I should write this down.
Should write this down too.
Am I able to sneak in?
14.
Yeah, no, you don't see it. Can you sneak in the front door? Huh. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think your stealth is 75.
What about another way?
Are you looking for another way in? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well,
Do you remember what the banner says? Does it say you have to go into the front door to sign the waiver?
no.
No.
So go ahead and make your choice, investigation or perception check, and I will give you a different, basically, result for each. But I'll say that this is a hard thing to do. Go ahead and roll at the DC 18.
$18.
Wow. What was the investigation or perception?
Investigation.
All right, so you begin to look around this facility. It's a big kind of square space. It's kind of what's funny about this building is it's in the middle of kind of everything, right? Like the other building had its own, area. Solara Institute had its own area. Had its own space, and then you have the Vanguard Armory, which is like super available. Everybody knows there it is, the big A. Woo! It's a big N backwards. And then you have the, you have all these spaces. And this one, in the Red Plains Tech Hub, it's got a big, thing back there. But this building is just a building. It's not anything particularly amazing. It's in the middle of all of it. It's sort of like when they built like a, like a particle thing in the middle of Sweden or whatever. So it's like, why there?
That was underground, bro.
That was underground? All right, well then do that. But this place did not.
You talking about like the AT&T
Yeah.
building, and that's just like a creepy concrete block skyscraper.
Yeah, just a big thing in the middle of everything. Yeah. It's like it would be like an obelisk if this was fantasy, right? It would just stick out, it would be there, and you're like, whoa.
A giant concrete slab. Like, whoa.
Right.
Time to bust
Like
it.
what?
But I will say that it is immaculate upon entry. You guys are allowed to enter. No big deal. You guys have been here before.
Some of us have.
White walls, white floors. You hop in the immediate space. You see scientists working around on computers. And then, of course, if you remember, there was Kip, the green-skinned, wiry assistant with the little unruly hair. Of course, his, he's obviously a descendant of Venus with his skin.
Yes.
As well as Dr. Lorna Vale, who is intense. She's focused on, of course, their studying the astral flare, or that's what she called it, as this like strange amount of inner gap that they found.
That they were able to capture.
From the flight that you guys were on.
Would it be a Venusian?
Someone from
A
Venus.
resident of Venus?
Oh, Venusian.
Venusian.
I like it.
Okay. Sorry.
Venusian.
Well, I feel like Venetian is for Venice.
That's true.
So
Venusian. Venusian's pretty good.
Venusian.
Venusian is good.
Or
I
a
like
Venai.
A Venai.
Nope. Sounds like a body part.
I'm good. Anywho, doesn't matter. All right.
Oh, man.
So we see Kip and we see Lorna Vale studying
Yes.
all that.
She is she's, again, they're both hard at work. You're going to have to interrupt them if you want to speak to them, as they're sort of like, both of them hovered around this small computer, and heck, you could peek over their shoulder if you really wanted to, but they're just kind of looking at this computer, and they're both scratching their heads.
I'm coming down off the high.
Okay. I guess I'll just kind of walk up behind them and just be quiet. Just kind of take a look at what they're looking at, see if I can catch anything that I might be able to understand.
Huh. You kind of listening into their conversation, and he's like, I don't get it. No idea. Well, I it's strange. It's gone. It stopped. And then you look over their shoulder and you see that there's like a calendar or like a timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Not a calendar, but a timeline.
Yeah, yeah.
And you see, like, as it's kind of recording the previous lines, sort of like a lie detector in a way that it would just like kind of show little sparks as the time would pass, but it
yeah.
would also leave behind a paper trail.
Kind of like a Geiger counter. Not Geiger counter, Richter's.
Yeah, kind of.
seismic
But it
kit,
would show you like
Seismometer.
the earthquake is happening right now, whatever. But in this case, it's from, you recognize the time. I don't have to tell you 3 and 3 adds up to 6. Ultimately, you end up with the reality that while you guys were at the other place, there was indeed a change.
Mm-hmm.
Something
big one?
about what?
Like a big one?
Yeah, like a real big change when you guys were at here. Welcome to your problems.
Some sort of subspace anomaly.
Some sort of thing happened when somebody flipped a switch, and then we rolled dice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's where the 16 comes into place.
Oh.
Luckily, whatever happened to it didn't change it. It is still the way that it was, still the way that it is. It's just there was a fluctuation, but it has largely been resolved, and they're confused on why it stopped.
Okay. So I'm able to kind of deduce all of this just based on the conversation, based
And
on what I
your
see.
knowledge of what just happened?
And my knowledge of
Yep.
what just happened. So I will just go up to them and be like, Madam Vale, how are you this fine day?
I'm fine, thank you. Can I help you? Simeon?
Joe Thor, we met on the flight and we chatted yesterday.
Mr. Bashawu. Yes. I apologize.
No, are you?
Kip and I were
Don't look
attempting...
the same to me.
Yes, monkey boy.
Listen. I don't know. Listen, when you're in 2023, I was not very nice. So I learned a lot about what not to say, and I'm just putting it into the Lord of Vale. All right,
Fantastic.
so you see, she's like, I'm very sorry. We recently had a breakthrough. Something it moved.
What moved? What type of breakthrough?
This sort of astral flare. It moved.
The one that you captured? Or you were able to obtain from the flight, or what do you mean moved?
It moved. Look. And it's like the same.
Okay. Pardon me if I'm ignorant on how it's changed, but it appears to be very similar to when I saw it yesterday.
You're right, but an hour ago it moved.
And how did it move? It
It
like
shimmied.
Okay, so okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I'd like to talk to you about your cars. No.
Who are you?
Spear.
My name is Scott.
My car.
Okay.
I recently observed an event horizon into... What's it called
The
again?
Intergap?
The Intergap.
Okay. Where? Why?
At the... What was it called? The
Solara Medical Center.
At the Solara Medical Center.
Yep. Okay.
Funny guy.
That's interesting. What happened?
There were problems with the power. Oh my gosh, sorry. I said something in my throat.
Robot's getting sick.
Oh!
I thought he was bluffing.
General Kenobi.
There were some fluctuations in the power, and it appears to have disrupted the patients that they were doing experiments on there that are connected to the Intergap.
Yeah. He's right. It's all over the news.
It is?
Yep.
Is that what Kip said?
And he like goes, here, look, and he like swoops in like movie style.
Yeah.
He swoops it up, and you see, like I don't want to say it's like a handheld shot on like the four of you walking out of the like this like missing part of the building.
Yeah.
And you're like walking. It's like a profile. You know, I think Ewan takes a step forward in the front, like, and it's like kind of one of those like weird
Look
moments.
over
And it's
Ewan,
like played on repeat, and it's
quietly.
like 4 mysterious men
we just
leave
kill a lot of
from
people?
anyone see them, and it's also like informing them that like something went on here, and they're not sure. This situation is contained, and then it flips over to Dr. Nina Solara, and she says, the situation is entirely in control. The 4 who left were indeed paid members of, and she like goes on this tangent, and it's total BS. Basically, she's like that this situation has been largely handled, and that everything is okay, and that nobody need worry, and that all patients have been recovered, and that there should be nothing to worry about, and that everything is going to be just wonderful.
Would
Thank
you?
you. I am, and some guy says, we'll be back.
MNN.
Right. What is it? It would be like
Mars
Mars
News Network.
no, it'd be the VANN, the van.
The van.
The Veterinarians
There
News
you go.
Network.
Get in the van.
Get in the van. Get in the van. Be informed. No. So
Get in the zone.
I'm going to say I witnessed this first event horizon firsthand.
That's what the video showed.
Would you like readings?
Oh, you can just play it back, can't you? Oh man. She says, yes, I would love that.
Please give me access to your data store so I may import the readings into your database.
Make a persuasion.
Awfully demanding. Wow.
Make a persuasion.
How else am I supposed to do it?
It's good. It's
Yes,
good. It's very
nicely.
good. I love it.
DC 14.
14.
Am I in the room with them or no?
You're all here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I tried to find another way in. I just couldn't remember if I was successful.
Nope. I think you rolled poorly, right? No, you rolled
No,
well.
I rolled well.
Okay, here we go. I like this idea. We're gonna run with this. You're not there, and I'll get to you.
16.
So I'm talking to Joe.
16. So she says, absolutely, here. And she like gives you access to the computer right in front of you.
So I'm talking to Joe
Yeah.
for then. Did we just kill a bunch of people?
Cain, we'll talk later.
I'm coming down now.
So
Cain,
here's
we'll
what
talk
I'm
later.
Hold on.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
As a distraction, I'm going to upload my visual memory of the event horizon
As a distraction.
onto that big, like wherever he was displaying
The
the,
screen,
news.
yeah, yeah.
So everyone's eyes go directed toward
Projection
that.
screen. Yep.
And while that's happening,
Okay.
I'm going to be like going through their data.
Go ahead. Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
All right.
Sleight of data.
Now the DC is 17.
Sleight of hand.
That's Dex.
19.
Ooh, wow.
Nice.
All right, so just barely. What are you looking for?
I'm just scraping everything.
Yes, but are you looking for something that would make them like are you looking for dirt? Are you looking for just like
Data?
I mean,
Are you looking
does it have to
for-
be one thing? I have like a few things that I would be looking for.
Yeah,
got a
you're
lot.
not going to be able to download the file, but you're going to be able to go, this is what I want to know. Boom, I see it. And then when they're all like, whoa, and then they look back and then they, whoa, and then Scott, you're done. So like that's about the time that you
Yes.
got. So
I'm a
you're-
machine too.
I
Actually,
understand.
This file takes a little while.
But
run
I'm
through.
but for the sake of it being a game and
yeah.
narratively easy on my brain, please give me one of the ideas that you have
Can
and
you
we
s-
will explore it.
Okay, one of the ideas.
The one that you want to achieve.
Well, can I give you like 3 in case like 2 of my ideas are duds?
Yeah,
You
sure,
don't have
go ahead and
any-
try.
choice.
So I want to look for 1, are they doing anything nefarious?
Sure.
2, is there anything that, any kind of tangential connection to my creator that their institution has?
Oh.
Yeah.
Or 3, is there anything related to like that is advantageous, like intergap travel or anything like that?
All of those are good. I really want to know which one you think is most interesting.
Scott is going to be most interested in his creator. He's going to put the most weight on the creator one.
Okay, Scott, you're looking for your creator. Yeah, I mean, you rolled, you sleight of hand, you looked for it, and it's there. So what you do is you find, you're looking for access information on, what's his name? I mean, I know it.
I have it written down. Just very inefficiently store my notes.
Oh, you're good. It's a big backlog in his logic unit.
It's a good problem to have, right?
Oh wait.
I know the daughter. Whose name?
Leonard Cray?
Yeah, Leo Cray.
Yes.
Leonard Leo Cray. Looking. Cray. Yeah, it's not intended to be, but you find Cray, and then you find, you're looking around, and then you see, you find a signature from an old, what is the word? Non-disclosure
Oh.
of an M. Cray. Not Leonard Cray, but M. Cray.
Did you name him Lecrae?
No, but I did. No, it's
Is
Leo
he
Cray.
sparkly?
So an M. Cray.
Signed a waiver.
Signed a
Non-disclosure.
they left the facility and did not put up a fight.
They were at the
What's her
facility
name
at
again?
one. The daughter? Memory. Maybe it's her.
So
Maybe
this
it's
is the facility. This is called the Sanam.
No, this is the MRI. The
This is Mars Radiological Institute.
I'm so sorry.
no, you're good. It's really my fault for throwing everything at you guys all at once, but
No, I mean this
We're
is part
good.
of the
That's why I take notes.
the puzzle, yeah.
All right, so that's all I can do.
That's
In the
that's
time.
like the one, like you found your thing. Here's what I'll give you. Do you want to know something interesting? Do you want to know something relevant, or do you want to know something helpful?
About the the next best topic.
Yeah, but the next best topic. That's my favorite question because it's so different. All three of them.
What was it? It was
Useful, helpful, interesting.
well, no, like the 3 topics
Nefarious, creator,
or advantageous.
Or yeah,
advantageous.
relating to
intergap.
the
Yep, that was
I'm
it.
not, I don't. There's plenty of bad guys in the world. Advantageous.
advantages about the intergap. You're looking for something interesting, something relevant, or something helpful.
Helpful.
Okay, something helpful about what you find is that the intergap exists everywhere. The intergap is the space between spaces, meaning when you leave space, you are in the intergap. Does the intergap then therefore exist like everywhere? That's the idea. Yes. The answer is yes. So when you see a hole in the intergap, like a black hole, for example, which is something that you were like
Recently
thinking about,
seen.
recently seeing. When you see a hole in the intergap, it means that does that go to that point in space in the intergap? Yes. So
It's like the netherworld from
you can
Minecraft.
yes, you can travel in real space to get to a point in the intergap should you be able to open the intergap in that moment. That is a helpful piece of information about the intergap.
Cool. And I upload whatever mediocre readings I took just from standing there.
Sure.
They're happy with the blip. I'm sure they'll be happy with the video
yes.
recording.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You have a timestamp on that and everything? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. They're pumped. She's like,
They are.
my boss will be thrilled.
She's the boss?
Thought she was the boss.
We were dealing with the boss at the last
No,
place.
Dr. Vale is not the boss.
Paltry.
Dr. Vale is not the boss. She's just a good
Worthless.
scientist.
Okay.
Not even worth our time.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you guys are like, nah, I need a millionaire. Where's another billionaire?
Yeah,
We killed one.
we've only killed
Ruined
one
the life of
today.
another.
We haven't ruined her life. We've just made her day extremely difficult.
We could have killed her.
Here's the thing, though. She covered it.
Yeah,
She did.
Oh, yeah.
for now.
Wouldn't you bury that crap?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if
I would-
I was her, exactly,
would
one
try.
for one.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
coulda
at
killed
that
her.
point, nah, I'm not
Be the
dealing with that. Oh. But I like to see that the news is still alive in 2551
Yeah, it is.
or 55 or 3551. 3551.
Yeah,
It's all automated anyway. It's
Oh.
automated news.
For
True.
sure. They just have her. They have
That
her
anchor?
look. They have
Robot?
her voice, and they just made her say stuff, right?
It's all deep fake.
Yeah, it's just defect.
The handshake was all added in post.
Yeah, U4, not real. Nope.
It's just a security camera.
Holographic supporter. Yeah.
That's probably true.
Holographic anchor. All of it.
So, I guess while Scott's doing all that and all the workers are distracted with that, I'm gonna tap Cain on the shoulder and just kind of point to the flare that they were
Yeah,
able
so
to
the
capture.
astral flare is beyond the glass. To the right is this, I guess your right, there's a large
burns.
doorway area that would be, like I said, like a airlock almost that would
Right.
let you into the back room. You see this large machine that is all angling towards the middle where this thing is being held in place.
Right.
And that's what you see beyond.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder and then point to it, just kind of see his reaction.
All right, you ready? Boom, here's Ewan. Ewan is in the vents. Ewan
Yes.
is in the vents.
He's in the ducks.
All right, Ewan. Ewan, you're probably not the greatest dungeoneer, knowing where you are without being able to see the local space. I need you to make a survival check, DC 17, to make your way to the correct location that is not going to be immediately obvious to the party.
And everyone else.
This is survival.
15.
15, so no, but so what does a partial fail in dungeoneering look like to you, Ewan?
I made the wrong turn in the vent.
Right, so
is there, like,
you
someone in
end
the
up
room?
in somewhere
I should have gone left. but I
cool.
went
You
right.
end up inside somewhere cool. You do get to where you're trying to go. You just
Go to the supply closet where there's a couple making out.
don't do it in a way that's probably the most beneficial for you. So you guys looking through the glass, both of you, and you see falls down this top, like this little thing, and there's Ewan inside the room with the
With the thing.
with the thing, yeah, with the astral flare. And so then you like poke your white helmeted head out of the ceiling, look down, and you see directly below you is facing you like it only has one graphic, the astral flare. Like it's like when you look at the astral flare, it's like the Mona Lisa, always looking your direction, the same face.
Yeah.
Right? And so you are looking now directly below you is the astral flare, and you guys see him in there, and you're the first to notice.
What does it graphically look like?
Graphically,
Is it like fire, except for him it's just like sideways because he's looking down?
it's like, I would imagine that it's probably like looking at.
Like a flame.
They're
Is
like
it
a roller
like
boy.
pixel
A
art
flame
at
for
6
you
frames
looks
per
like
second?
this.
Like it's just
I
like
still
a loop.
see it like this too.
Kind of like
kinda
the
goes back and
Aurora
forth or
Borealis.
something. Yeah.
It's really more like that.
Yeah.
What?
It's really more like
Northern
the
Lights,
the
the-
Northern Lights.
Oh, okay.
Aurora
Yeah,
Borealis.
Yeah.
Dancing light that goes vertically, but like depending on how you see it, your eyes are perceiving it that way. Not the light is actually being emitted from that direction.
Gotcha.
He sees it sideways.
Because it's sort of like perceiving light, and your eyes are viewing it that way, rather than perceive like the aurora is happening in your cones and rods,
Right.
not in your vision, or not like in real life.
Yeah,
Is that weird? Like,
no,
it
yeah,
makes
I get
sense.
what you're saying.
A lot of science, a lot of sci-fi. But anyway, you're in the room. You're currently not like you're currently in stealth.
Yeah.
But you can reveal yourself in the room if you want to. But you found your way in.
Yeah.
And your dungeoneering was almost there.
Stealthy.
Can I patch into comms?
Yep.
Yeah. I patch into comms.
Do you want this?
It's just into our earpieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Under your head, but yeah.
Jofo is just going to be too shocked, be like, this is not going to end well.
That doesn't answer my question.
No, sorry, I'm thinking that.
He's
I'm not
thinking
saying,
that.
I'm
Gotcha,
thinking.
gotcha.
The likelihood of your death is extremely high. I would recommend not touching the flare.
I have done dumber things.
There's no
Have
way.
you? I saved you twice.
That was a rough.
That was dumb. That was dumb. What you did was dumb.
See if I pull your ass out of a situation here in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll throw you at the airline.
All right. We'll resolve this later at the playground. Let's go.
I guess I'll whisper back. I'll like turn and whisper back, pretend like I'm talking to Cain, since there are people. And I was like, no, we can't get it out. It's too big.
Say.
I'm sorry.
What if I just?
Yeah. That was rough.
What if I like absorbed it?
Do you want me to grab it for you?
Can you?
Can I?
Can you?
Is it encased in something?
Nope.
Then no.
Do you want there to be?
Yeah.
I did say it was like a big tube, didn't I? I like the first initial description. I did say it was like in a big green goblin-like tube, and there was the middle thing. Now here's what I'm gonna say.
I thought that was in the.
No, I know, but I did think I said that for this place too.
Oh.
So because
the
also
green
just like
goblin.
big tubes filled with liquid is cool.
Yeah.
Um,
future.
Well,
Or
was it like a
intergap material.
pillar in the room,
I
or
think
like
it-
a thing
I
you
think
can
it's like-
hold?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I think I like the idea that it's like Mike Wazowski's Scream tube sized. I
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
yeah.
I like that
Okay.
idea.
Stealable.
I think stealable is more fun for the narrative. So yes,
Propane tank.
it's propane tank sized.
Okay. So, yay big.
So this
Okay.
this thing is the size.
not that big.
It's bigger than a bread box. No,
big.
it's
The
the
thing-
size of a bread box.
A bread box.
It's the 20 questions.
Yeah.
Like bigger than a bread box? No. All right.
Pretty much think a loaf of bread.
I thought propane
Okay.
tank made it.
It's loaf of bread is what I'm thinking. I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Loaf of
that's-
bread.
I think that's
Oh.
fair. Yeah.
Okay, that's way
small.
smaller
Anyway.
than Mike
Yeah,
Wazowski's
yeah.
screen
But I will
tank.
say it's emitting light beyond that.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's
Okay.
what you do.
Well, then I wouldn't have told him it would kill him.
It
mean-
probably
It
still
will-
will kill
it still
him.
might.
It still will. Do you have
Smaller?
Do you have any doubt?
It's encased.
All right. So what do you do? You
is
just drop
uranium.
from the ceiling? Like what are you doing? They're not paying attention. I will say that the scientists are sciencing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like playing back the video and just BSing like. And if you notice here,
Turning it away from
Okay, go ahead and
There's
just
a-
give me a straight performance check.
okay,
And then should he DC 12.
it's a 7.
So you will not have advantage. Scott is just trying to waste their time, but it's not working.
It's sort of working, just not well.
Is it?
It's
Is
less than 5. It's not working.
It's not working.
Is
at
it
all.
arm's reach?
From the
No,
ceiling?
no, you're gonna have to drop.
It's not like a pedestal.
No, I would say you're like 70 feet up on the ceiling.
Oh,
You have to
We
drop
should've-
down
that is
Mission
a bad
Impossible
idea.
style.
I meant to give him the jetpack before we
just
went
drops
in here
on
and
top of
completely forgot.
You still have the jetpack?
It's in my bag, I assume.
Here's
We should have thought this heist out a lot
all
more.
right, here we go. Yeah, you have the jetpack. Sure. In real life, you're not gonna carry this stuff around like just
Maybe
on
you
your
would.
hand and your back. Like you're gonna put it on somebody. You're gonna be like, you have it. I'm gonna say the fiction wins out this time.
Okay.
I'll say it is weirder
small.
for him to not be wearing it.
Yes. So that's why I'm like,
Well,
no.
at least not be carrying it.
So the jetpack, I'll just
It's
tell
either
you.
him or you.
Yeah, probably him too.
The jetpack is jetpack. It gives you a flight
Loot
speed
sack.
equal to your walking speed, and you
Okay.
can fly with it for 1 minute each day, and that's basically it. Otherwise, you still have your jump ability that it's embedded in that idea.
1 minute.
So I have both or no?
Yeah, you have both. You
Okay.
can still jump pack, but you can also jetpack. I'm gonna give you that. So basically, you can
Gotcha.
fly for a minute, which means you can just like control where you're moving in space, and then also you can like do your normal, you know.
Gotcha.
So what do you do?
Do you think I would have enough to be able to get back in the vents?
Yep.
Yeah.
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 So, because
Then yeah, I'm gonna,
seconds.
then yeah, I'm gonna steal it.
So I'll say here's what happens.
this is
Here's what
this is
happens.
gonna
I need you to
go
make a
so
stealth
poorly.
check.
So-
DC 21,
This is not gonna end well.
and then I'm gonna narrate.
Your death.
I didn't mean to roll that.
I love this. This is awful.
15.
15 total.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
I mean, here's the thing. I never told you didn't grab it.
Yeah.
Just did anybody see you? Yup. So here's what happens. You drop. We hear nothing. And then we hear everything. As the jetpack initiates on and everyone sees as like the air and flame kind of go outward as he stops himself, the momentum outward. You grab this thing. Everybody looks over towards you. And we're going to have to pick up there next time. So, yeah, I'm going to have to build that map. I hope that you're having a good time
Oh yeah.
because this is about to get crazy. On roll to 1.